of a few laptops. I want to take an SSD out of this older machine. We're going to put it into a newer machine. They're both HP Zbooks. Zbook 17. And they're old. I would say they're probably 5 or 6 years old. And they both have 6th generation Intel Core i7 with 32 gigabytes and also comparable graphics chips, but the SSD in this was never activated, formatted, installed, something, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to take it out from this machine here and put it into another machine that is modeled by the camera. To see what comes out. So the first thing that we're gonna do is remove the battery. They have really nice clasps on here. Well, actually, before we remove the battery, we should probably go over the machine itself. It's got a metal base plate and then a plastic chassis here. Now, this is a bit of an old machine. An SD card reader, a combo jack, 2 USB Type A, probably 3.0 ports, and of course, the base de resistance, a CD drive, and a VGA port. Yeah, that's how old this machine is. It has a VGA port. Now along the back, we have a very, very nice Hewlett Packard logo with some Torx style screws, an Ethernet port, some cooling fans, and our power input, our DC input. And on the far side, we have a Kensington lock slot, another cooling fan, an out of focus image, and then we have a USB, oh Jesus, you can do it, there we go, USB 2.0, full size display port, Thunderbolt, I guess it must be 1, and another USB 3.0 Type A. Now down here we have a smart card reader for like a surface. Okay, so we have our battery latch here. So we're just gonna unclip that. Just gonna take a little unclip. It's gonna probably snap. So we can lift our battery away. Just set that up there. And now what I really like, and I wish they still made laptops like this, is this entire tray is just gonna slip out using a latch on the other side. So we'll come over here, make that red, and we're just gonna gently release that. Now, you see, they didn't bother to paint the insides. Set that down. Okay, so this laptop also pretty cool. You have a hard drive cage here. You could actually put in a second 2.5-inch drive. You have 2 sticks of RAM. And you can actually put in 4 sticks total. But I think we'd have to dismantle the whole thing. But right here, that's what we're looking for. Our little M.2 SSD. So let me grab my screwdriver. So this is I got this when I used to work in Nevada. And it's what is that? Kickerland. It's a little screwdriver pen, so we can just undo the top. I've lost most of them. I got 2 Phillips and a flat. I think we'll go for the larger, focus, the larger of the 2 Phillips I've got. So this just connects magnetically. Now we're gonna come in, just grab this. Oh boy, it's stiff. I don't know who put it in originally, but it's pretty stiff. So we've got our screw. It's very tiny, don't lose your screws. Set that down for safekeeping. And then we'll just slip out our M.2 drive as a SanDisk drive. 128 gigabytes. So not very big. Now I'm realizing this is a double pinned. So you can see, maybe you can't, but there's just one notch in here, but this has 2 notches. So we'll have to see if it'll fit in the Target laptop. got that out now, so we'll go ahead and we're going to keep the screw with the drive so that we don't end up with loose screws. So we'll grab our basement lid. We'll just slide that right back in. Alright, now grab our battery, and I'm going to want to make sure that's set to unlatch. And then, ooh, a little crunchy. I might have put that in backwards. I think I did. Oh no. I thought for sure it went the other way. Okay, let's try that again. What the heck? I want to go in. Oh my goodness. I promise I work in IT. There we go. It's in. Okay, great. So we'll get rid of this. The screwdriver's coming with it. Oh. So now we have our target machine. This is also an HP, and it is a mobile workstation. Now, I think I pointed out before that they actually have very similar processors, Intel processors. But this one, like I said, is just a little bit, it's a little bit better, it's a little bit newer. So, this one is mostly plastic. It's from that era. And on the side, so we have a smart card reader, another combo jack, a USB 3 super speed, full-size HDMI, a VGA again for some reason, but this one has two USB-C style Thunderbolt connectors, and then of course our power connector. The top of this one's interesting because it's mostly plastic, but I think that might be metal. And then on the other side, SD card reader with the little dummy clip, right? little just plastic card. Got a USB 3.0. We have three of them. This one is the special power delivery kind. So usually you can it'll still charge things if you have the laptop closed. And then an Ethernet RJ45 and another Kensington lock slot. not so easy to get into. So we're gonna have to break out the big guns, so to speak, to my other screwdriver parts. Now this is like the oldest precision screwdriver set, featuring some gaff tape. I think my mom got this for me, so it has to be at least 12. Wow, at least 12 years old. Got this just plastic clasp, and then I don't think the top is actually attached anymore. So now the reason we need this is because the bottom uses Torx screws. So the Torx bit sometimes comes called security screws. So it has you're probably not gonna be able to see that, but it's a hexagonal bit, little points like a star. I actually think now this is a T6. Is it 6 or 5? It's 6. And I think that's actually too small. Okay. So, ooh. Let's see if we can find our T7. I don't even know if this comes with a T7. It might only go up. Let's see. Okay, here's a T8. And a T8 looks like it's gonna work. So grab that. Grab our extension bar, for when you need ultimate torque for this laptop. So we'll slide this in. Doesn't want to go. I was hoping that would be more satisfying. I'll grab our plastic here. Just a little. We can make it as long or short as we need. But we'll just go to the shortest for better control. What I do like about this screwdriver, it's got a little rubber handle there, which you can, it's a little old, so just my fingernail chips it. And then the end rotates so that you can kind of put your hand in it and, kind of work like that. It gives a little better of an angle sometimes. Okay. Put that away for now. And we'll get working. Now I am somewhat curious. A lot of times they'll use different sized, like different length screws. So I'm really hoping that for this one, they're all the same, or at least close to the same. So we'll go ahead and line that. And then, well, pretty easy to take out so far. Oh, the focus is just on my thumb. Gross. Okay. Oh, okay, interesting. I think it's actually a captive, because it doesn't want to come out anymore. Sounds kind of cool. I like a captive screw. Move over to the next one. Yeah, they're definitely captive, so that's good. Not gonna drive over. Alright. Now, I don't know. You can see there's a rubber ledge here. I don't know if just this kind of central part comes out, or if we need to do something a little crazier. There's some screws outside at an angle. So that's kind of cool. It's a clever design. And is this one captive? No. Yes. Yes, it is captive. Man, what an interesting design. Got a couple on the back here. That makes sense? No. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna shrink it a little bit. That's alright. Okay. Oh, it's a really long one. Yeah, you can't tell because you're directly over it, but it's quite a long screw. I'm gonna do this one. Sorry about my fingernails. I should have gotten a pedicure or something before I did this. My girlfriend's always asking me. I like to work with my hands. If I painted my nails, it wouldn't last very long. This one's another one on the corner here. Let's see if I can, yep. There we go. Awesome. We're nearly there now. Of course, excluding however difficult it is to get this base off. Oh, that was a little long. I thought, okay. Then we have 3 right along the front. If I do it like this, you don't have to see my fingers. It's probably better for everybody. Huh. That's not good. That one came out. Let's set that off to the side. Okay, another one right there. I wonder if maybe these 3 along the front come out. Maybe that's how it works. Now you'd think I would have looked it up before starting, but where's the fun in that? I like to tinker. Definitely a little bit of tinker. Okay, yep, see that one. So it came right out. Get this last one on the corner. Okay. Assuming maybe this one randomly doesn't come out. Oh, it does. Okay, you can see somebody put some Loctite on those. Okay. Now, before we get into the disassembly, I'm gonna want to remove this little dummy SD card here. That way, in case the case comes apart there, we don't, well, break the case. Now, since we discovered that the front ones come out, I'm gonna double check these back ones, because maybe, no, they don't come out. Okay. So now, I think I'm gonna approach it from the back. Use our SD card as a spudger, because I don't have one. But it looks pretty simple, so we're gonna press down on the hinge here, and then we're gonna lift the plastic chassis up. There's probably some clips. Oh, yeah. Okay, actually, Oh yeah, it is metal. Just doesn't feel much like metal. Okay. So, what's really cool about these laptops, they come from an era where, and I mean this is still a thing that they do, but it's still a thing that they do, and this is actually, man, this is surprisingly clean. Look at that. No dust in that fan. I wonder if anybody ever even used it. But anyway, so a few things I'm noticing. It looks like this one also has 2 drive bays, although there's no cage for the second drive bay, right? And there's the top edge. Also, a little strange that we have looks like we have 2 8-gig sticks of RAM, and then just a single 16-gig stick. So I could put probably, if I thought it was necessary, which I don't, I could put another 16 gigs in there. But since this is a pretty old machine, we're not going to worry about that. Now, what I was saying is interesting is that in these types of machines, underneath here is a graphics card. There's a whole chip under there. It might be kind of an ordeal to show you that, but there is a whole chip hiding under here. Well, I keep saying chip, I mean there's a whole card. There's a hole you can see down here. That's the socket for it. So you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws out. You know what? Let's do it. I've got thermal paste. We're going back to the Phillips head. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I guess theoretically, if it's 1 through 8, to install it, it should be 8 through 1 to uninstall it. So we'll go that way. So just, oh, that's not even tight at all. And I'm pretty sure these are captive screws. Right down the top of the pencil there, or the pen. That's not a pencil or a pen, it is a screwdriver. Let's say 4. Yeah. 3. 2. Ooh, that's a tight one. Oh, yeah. And 1. And I think, yeah, looks like this is a separate heat pipe. Yes, it is. Okay, awesome. Put that down so I don't have to take the fans out, which is nice. And so, no, okay. There you go. This is quite the cooling assembly. You can see really no dust. Which is surprising. No, I mean the thermal paste is quite dry. Quite dry. It's kind of caking onto my yeah, so right here, if I grab my Torx, I can just look at that. How cool. I mean, like a slottable graphics card for a laptop. And, like I don't know if I said so, but I believe this is an NVIDIA. Oh, we know that. I'm afraid. No, it's an NVIDIA. And I believe it is a Quadro M1000M with 2 gigs of RAM. So under these pads here are the RAM chips. Ooh, that's still sticky. So if I say 4, I would assume that they are 512 gigs each. 512 gigs? No. I have 512 megabytes. I wish there were 512 gigs. Talk about your RTX 4090. If you're an NVIDIA type, or if you're Team Red, you know, it's okay to be wrong. Yeah, so we'll probably need to clean these up. This is the CPU. It's i7 6 series. So yeah, we'll get these cleaned up, and we'll come back a little later. Okay, so continuing on, we've got Q-tip here. I used to get that. Oh, dropped one. Alright. I got a Q-tip, and we have a little bit of isopropyl alcohol over off to the side. So the first thing we'll do, we'll take the graphics chip out. We'll focus just on the CPU for now. So first thing we'll do is come in, nothing on this, just to get the old goo off. I guess it's actually not too dry. It's pretty dry, but it's not horrifically dry by any means. There we go. There. Transfer. To a paper towel. Continue. Okay. Yeah. Get that off. Okay. Now coming on the clean side. Just a little dollop of isopropyl alcohol will come through, yeah. I don't know if you can see that too well, yeah, the focus is a little. And then we'll just kind of clean up the rest of it. There we go. I don't have to worry too much. I'll probably brighten this down a little bit. There we go, yeah. Thermal paste isn't supposed to be conductive, so we can not worry too much about a little excess there. Just want to make sure all of our alcohol evaporates off, and then we don't leave any. Looks like we left a little bit of the Q-tip on there. Grab a little piece of paper towel. Just go right across the top there. One more time. Okay, great. So that's ready. We'll push this away for now. same idea. We can use the be environmentally responsible. So I'll grab what's left here. This paper towel piece. And we'll just kind of scrape some of that off. And this stuff gets on your fingers. It's pretty difficult to get rid of, but not a problem for us. Rub a little more paper towel there. Try to get some of this off as best we can. The graphics chip, compared to the CPU, has a lot of little transistors around it on the outside. You kind of see there, so sometimes these chunks get in there, so that's where that. First of all, just get a little tap. Okay, take a little piece there. But yeah, you want to make sure we get all that goop out of there, so we'll get it fresh. Q-tip. And we're just gonna go to town, making sure we can get up as much as we can so we have a clean surface for our new application. Let me see, this is the NVIDIA, depends what you ask, really. N16P Q1A2. Really let's see here. Quite the naming convention. So that's all ready. So we've kind of done the major part here. Well, the delicate part. We'll get our paper towel for now. We'll bring our machine back in. Get all focus going, and then we'll reseat this. Just like that. We'll grab our screws and our screwdriver. Carefully reset that down. Get that screwed in gently. Okay. Took that all the way to the bottom. You can see the card is twisted a little bit, but I don't want that. Are cleaned off and reseated. Now the next part is we're going to grab our cooler head here. Quite heavy. Quite heavy. For this, we don't have to be so precise. So come over here. It's interesting to me that, and this I guess this came from the factory this way, they put thermal paste all the way around this block, but you only need it right there where that square is, where it's making contact. So as we kind of, oh man, that is, yeah, that's pretty, pretty sticky stuff on that. Over. Okay. Trash that. Okay. There we go. Got the vast majority of that off. thing. Go across gently. Not too gently. Get as much of that off as we can. We'll grab the final Q-tip. Get a little alcohol on there. And we'll just go across this. The copper plates are in pretty good shape, considering their age. Right there, you can see just a little bit, not too much left. And the same thing, I'll come over to the GPU block. And go ahead and knock all that out of there. Again, best we can. We're not aiming for perfection, we're just aiming for better. Okay. So there actually is a substantial so now we've got our block all taken care of. And again, you know, it is just impressively clean. I mean, this is a 5, 6, 7. Well, the date on the graphics card is, and you can't really probably see it, but it's there. That date is December 4th. Of 2015, so that's 6 years and some change anyway. So it's quite surprising that it's so clean. It must not have barely been used. And I can suspect why, because I have a couple laptops like this and they're all just abysmally slow. And I don't think that's due to anything other than the lack of having a solid state drive, because everything these days, your phone, your iPad, I got an LG Gram, you know, all these computers have solid state drives, NVMe or even a M.2 SATA. I mean, it's going to be way faster than one of these old-fashioned 2.5-inch platter mechanical hard drives. So, that being said, we'll grab our new thermal paste. And this is a Corsair XTM50 high performance thermal paste kit. I've opened this before, obviously, so it's super chilled. Right? Okay. Let's see. So it has a conductivity of 5.0 watts per millikelvin, MK? I don't know. But if you look at the marketing, as you can see, right, it's got the shorter bar is better. So, you know, it's got the shortest bar. Now, of course, they don't say which competitor, nor do they bother to say if there's anybody better than they are, which I would assume there probably is. But you know what? It was $12, and they brought it to my house from Best Buy, not sponsored. So, as with many tools, right, the best tool for the job is the one you've got with you. So, that being said, we'll go ahead and get this out. Now, most recently, we repasted an LG Gram. One of my friends was redoing their computer, and they hadn't used it for a while, so we just figured we'd just go ahead and repaste it while we were in there upgrading a solid state drive. So, go ahead and get this out. Now, card, I don't, for these tiny little things that we're dealing with, it's not really necessary, but you could if you wanted to. Excuse me, I needed to grab a little drink of Pepsi. So I'll set that off. It comes in a little syringe. Your XTM50 high performance thermal paste. And on the back it has, lines. No particular unit of measure, but there are lines. So let's go ahead and twist this off. There we go. Okay. So again, nothing groundbreaking here. We're just gonna bring this down a little closer. And on the CPU, just gonna give it a little line, just like that. Even that might be a little too much, but I'm just gonna kind of, tease the end off so they don't send thermal paste all over the rest of it. Then we'll come in, I'll try to refocus. It doesn't want to, that's okay. You get the gist. And we'll put just a little more on the graphics chip. Okay, and that should spread out pretty evenly. Let that crossover, just like that. Okay, cool. And again, these are older parts, so I'm not really, well, Intel CPUs do run pretty hot, but I'm not too worried about the graphics card. So now, we'll go ahead and grab our cleaned heat pipe plate. And what I do like about this design is that you really can't screw it up too much because all the fins and everything have to fit in a particular way. So I'll just kind of let that fall in. There you go. And that's it. So we'll grab our screwdriver back, and then we'll go in order. So we'll do number 1. Okay. And then we'll come over to number 2. Number 3. If I could align it, there we go. And number 4. Number 5. Okay. Number 6. Number 7. Ooh, yeah, great shot of the finger there. And finally, number 8. Okay. Now, moving on to the actual reason we're here is to put in our solid state drive. However, in the break, so to speak, I discovered discovered that there's a problem. And that is that this is a non-standard drive. So in this machine, let me see if can I zoom in while it's recording? I can. Okay. So in this machine, I'm sorry, I'm not like an avid iPhone user by any means. I mean, I've had an iPhone for like since 2018. Yeah, 2018. But there's just some stuff I can't figure out. It's too easy for me. It's too simple. Okay. So during the break, I discovered that the drive that I pulled out of the other laptop, and again, this isn't formatted to anything. You see, there's a problem because I have three M.2 style drives. Okay, we've got grab my screwdriver to point. So we've got one here. Okay, got one here, and most laptops have this one. Right? That's just your Wi-Fi and your Bluetooth chip. And then we have this one all the way over here. Now, I pointed out earlier that this has 3 notches, which is not necessarily an issue because, you know, it'll still fit. It'll fit either way, actually. You could put it upside down if you wanted to. I don't think you're supposed to, but it would fit. And now, problematically, over here, so there's the mounting post, right? And, well, we've come up a little short. And over on this side, this really, no problem, goes in beautifully. But it wants to mount through the middle of the Wi-Fi chip. So, not to be outdone by the universe's cruel joke, I did grab a Samsung 970 EVO Plus chip. Now this is an NVMe chip, and it's actually out of one of my other machines that is fully operational. Now it is not at all, of course, because well, I have the main chip. But what'll be interesting for me as kind of a proof of concept, so to speak, is this drive has Windows 11 installed on it. But this computer does not have the infamous TPM 2.0. The TPM 2.0 security chip. Now also it's from a completely different manufacturer with completely different hardware. Now, I guess as a savior, it did have an Intel processor and an NVIDIA chip. So really, at this point, it's just an experiment to see if I have a preloaded Windows install, could I load that back to older hardware that I wanted to run Windows 11. So we're gonna set that, let's put that up there for now. And we'll grab our screwdriver, which has thermal paste stuck in it. I'm sure it's not a problem. And we'll grab our post here. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Alright, we might have stripped that a little bit. So we're gonna need to get a different cookie here. Let's see if I've got a thicker one. Yeah, that should work. This is a rusty SOB. I really couldn't even tell you what it is. It's completely rusted over. Okay. Let's try this. Because if I strip this, you know, that's kind of it then. Oh man, no. That is not good. Okay. Let's bring in the big guns. Got one of these, my dad gave this to me when I used to work in the warehouse. It's a Gerber multi-tool. Should make a pretty nice click here. Oh yeah. And we're awfully close to the battery, but I think if we get a good little grip on the top. Oh shit. So I think if we get a good grip here, I don't know, like, maybe somebody's already tried to do this, and that's why this is proving to be so very difficult. But let's see if I can latch on to the screw itself. Service is probably not. I don't even know if I was grabbing it or not. It's hard to tell. I'm gonna have to, all right. Well, we'll call an audible here, so we'll go ahead. I'm gonna disconnect the battery. So we're gonna need our Torx again. Get the battery out of there. Let's see if we can have a little more luck without that in there. So first we'll disconnect it, which honestly, I probably should have done at the beginning. Do not work on your computers while they are electrified. It's probably, well, it's not good for the computer because you could short something out. And it's probably not good for you either. In the event that you touch something you shouldn't. This one, I do appreciate though. I mean, even like in that LG Gram I took apart a couple weeks ago, they do make it pretty easy still to disconnect the batteries, even when they say, "Oh well, there's no usable serviceable part." Haven't spoken English today. There's no user serviceable parts. Anything's user serviceable if you make it so. Okay, I think it's just those three. There we go. Now that is a dense battery. So set that over there. Oh, look at that. I didn't even see that. I can bring it in. It's got a SIM card slot. Man, it's pretty feature-rich laptop. Okay, now we have the battery out. See if we can get a better shot at this screw. Ow! Well, I can certainly get a better shot at it. The question is, can I move it at all? And the answer appears to be resounding, not really. Good God. Okay, let's try it from a different angle here. Now this screw will never be the same again. So that's a good thing I've got a backup. I actually have a backup right there. In the board. Okay, there we go. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now I think we got it loose. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, there we go. Ooh. Now I'm pretty sure. Why is it? Okay, it's not that long. I think these are all standard sizes. So we have the screw from the other one. I think we can just put that go in. Ooh, why did it sound crunchy? At an angle. Don't tell me this one doesn't fit either. Oh, oh. Oh, that did not sound good. I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. Which one is this? The destroyed one? Not this one. Okay. Well. Oh. Dropped it. Okay. I'm not exactly doing anything precision here. Alright. Wow. There you go, I guess. It's in there. It might be in there forever, based on that sound it made. We'll grab our battery pack. Yep, slide it right in there. And we'll go ahead and replace our screws. Okay. Now, it's probably a good thing that I don't necessarily need this to work. It's kind of a little something to do. My AC compressor kicked on, so you can enjoy the background sounds of that. As I struggle to insert that screw. Now, I guess I can bring you back out. Oh, no, I can't. Okay. So if you're zoomed all the way in, you can't zoom out. But if you're zoomed all the way out, you can zoom in. That doesn't make any sense. It's building with computers anyway. Computers. Who's building these cell phones? Come on. No, I mean, it makes sense actually. But okay, I'll get that one in there. Great. And we'll put our battery back in. I would laugh heartily if it just turns off. Probably not be good. Okay. Alright, so with that put back together, so we cleaned it out underneath our GPU and our CPU. We put in that drive, and we're really curious if this will work at all. So, grab our base plate, and we'll put that back on, kind of from the front to the back, from the top make it drop. Okay, yep, okay. There you go. So we'll go ahead and let's start with the center screw. That's the best place to see if we're on the money or not. There you go. Okay, that center screw. And then we'll go to an outside. Yeah. Well, are we in? Not actually sure. Yeah, it's drilling down. Drilling down. Oh. I guess that's right. Okay, you can see the SSD graveyard for those that did not make the cut. Now I'm honestly quite curious as to what exactly kind of a computer that fits in. I mean, other than the one I took it out of. Yeah, okay. don't put it all back together until you're sure it works. But I have a pretty high risk tolerance. So if it doesn't work, we can do ASMR throwing a computer in the trash. No, I'm kidding. Always recycle your computers. When possible. Okay. Ready? And we'll get those front three in. Come on. There we go. If that had fallen on the floor, it never would have been recovered. That's for sure. So, go ahead and try. Now, what else? I mean, this was compared to a lot of other laptops that I've dismantled. And trust me, I've dismantled a lot. I like to tinker. This was pretty easy. I mean, other than having to have a Torx screwdriver, you know, I think really anybody could do this. Even my buddy Thaddeus. I think Thaddeus could do this. Thaddeus is technically challenged. Ooh. Okay, a little bit of a snap there. Alright, well, let's flip her over. And see if it'll turn on. Or if it'll just angrily yell. Alright. You see, I like to name my computers. And just so I know. So here's our power button, and I'll pan you up here in a second. Okay. Let's go to the boot menu. I think it's already frozen. Oh no. No, it's not. Okay. But I'm thinking maybe the keyboard's not working. Uh-oh. Well. Well, the numlock button works. I don't know what to make of all that. Definitely hear that hard disk just clomping away. I mean, you probably can't hear that, but okay, yeah, admin, welcome. Well, I'm gonna have to tell you, this is not the SSD, that's for sure. So let's see here. What do we got going on? Does it even see it? I'm gonna be a little disappointed if it doesn't even see it. It's got this great, just soft touch metal. There's the little chiclet keys. And it's got the little thumb thing, or the fingy thing. I don't know, my first laptop ever, it was an HP, actually. And I just loved that little finger thing. And it doesn't see it. Not a great start. So we'll go into disk management. And we're just going to see if it even is there. No. No, it is very much not there. So if I had to guess, and again, knowing nearly nothing about this computer, I guess maybe it doesn't support NVMe drives. It also appears, it appears also that the Wi-Fi chip is not working. You're right, I am not connected to any networks. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I hope we've all learned our lesson. Don't install things without knowing what to do. Let's try restarting it again. See if we can get that. At least that Wi-Fi chip to wake up. It's kind of weird. Okay, let's do a restart here. While my dog eats her nails. So we can at least get into that boot menu this time. Yep, okay. Entrance. Ooh. Go to boot menu. Okay, well. It's right there. We're gonna blow up this drive. Oh god, I've never seen that before. What is that? What is that? Oh no. I don't know if you can see the little sparklies. Okay, well, we're getting our devices ready. Ready for what? I get the feeling that I'm not ready for whatever's about to happen. Okay. So right back there. I'm too late to press the startup button. So we'll see if it sorted. Now the good news is I always back up. Always back up my files. So, oh my god. Oh, I'm so sorry about the camera flicker. But look at that. It booted in. I don't remember what my pin is for this computer. Wow. Alright, I'm shocked. So, yeah, this is my drive. As I left it, again, I'm real sorry about that camera blur. They're clearly, or not blur, the flashing there. Oh, there we go. Huh, maybe the apple isn't all bad after all. It's like, oh, I see. If I drop the brightness, kind of freaks. Okay. Well, I mean, there you have it. Everything appears to work. Look at that. Oh, well. Well. Okay, Wi-Fi's online. And it connected to my own Wi-Fi just like that. So then the one thing we're missing is gonna be the graphics driver. So let's hop into, I'm telling you, I'm honestly shocked. It's probably doing absolutely irreparable damage to the file system on this NVMe drive. But let's see here. Okay, let's go to Edge because we're gonna want to get the NVIDIA control panel, or the NVIDIA GeForce Experience. Now, I think this card is probably too old for it to work. Not sponsored by Honey, don't care about Honey. Okay, so we'll go ahead and I'll try and run it. Let's see what happens. I'll say I don't think this is quite running at, oh, also I don't think there's any sound. I don't think it's running at its best, because probably that drive, or not that drive, but that M.2 slot is probably not running at, it's probably not running at an NVMe speed, so I think that's a PCI 3 card. And if I had to guess, I would say that we're probably just running, it's probably a SATA card, or a SATA port. And again, knowing really nothing about this computer, that would be my assumption. It's kind of an old computer. But, I mean, wow. It worked. They had me in the first half. Definitely had me thinking that it wasn't going to work. But alright, we'll go ahead and let this install. So the screen is a little gross, for lack of a better word. So I can give it a quick little spritz with some lens cleaner and a soft cloth. Try to get some of those fingerprints off of there and whatever assorted goo. It's funny that, you know, the laptop on the inside, very clean, but surprisingly dusty and a little smudgy on the screen itself. Now this is a full 1080 display. I doubt it has any sort of HDR capability, but nonetheless, okay. So it looks like it's done it. Oh my gosh, it's doing it. No way. It's actually installing the driver. Now it says NVIDIA RTX. I'm pretty confident this is not an RTX card. Okay, Express installation. Oh, other installations are running. Are they now? Where? That's a curiosity. That didn't really get the fingerprints off either. Okay. Now I fully disagree. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what this does not have, at least I don't have the driver for it, is I don't have any sort of multi-touch trackpad. Oh yeah, no, there's all kinds of NVIDIA crap going on. Let's see here. No. Microsoft account problem. Is that 8:18? No. It's not 8:18 p.m. Just trying its best. Yeah, okay. Let's try opening that again. I'm assuming it's not populating yet. No, it's not. Let me do a custom installation. Yes. So I went ahead and I'm doing a fresh install of the drivers. So if you can see, you really can't. If I had any sort of, I should put OBS on this so I could record it. Maybe it will. It's gonna go ahead and uninstall the existing drivers, and hopefully install. I mean, I would be shocked, absolutely shocked, if a driver from literally yesterday is gonna work for this card. You know, we're at like 25%. It's not nothing. It's not nothing. Dong. It doesn't. It's not exactly. I wouldn't rate it as a blazing speed here for the install. Okay, well, also interesting, and you can't see it because it's a little fuzzy, but it's gonna give everybody seizures if I turn it down anymore. But it actually says I've only used 2 out of 4 RAM slots. But we observed that there were 3 sticks of RAM. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe, either we have a bad stick. If it's a bad stick, or no, that's really all it could be. Or maybe like, since they're clearly mismatched, right? Because we're reporting 32 gigs. And we know we have at least one 16 gig stick in there. So maybe 2 of them are 16 gigs and one's 8. Well, no, that's it. At least 2 of them have to be 16 gigs. Maybe all 3 sticks are 16 gigs, but that ain't working. So we'll have to see. It's just, oh man, this is taking a painfully long time. And in fact, the Wi-Fi chip isn't doing anything. So that's not great. I see magically the bang and. Got a little typo there in the taskbar icon, probably because this computer was never designed to run Windows 11. So we have our, it's a Bang & Olufsen, or if you ask the computer, it's a Bang and Olufsen audio control panel. oh, we had a little Wi-Fi, just for a second. I'm literally like, bless you. I'm like 4 feet away from the Wi-Fi router, so it's pretty shockingly slow. But this computer is rising from the dead. So, and there you go, all good, popped in. There's our Quadro M1000M with a whopping, just a crazy 2 gigs of VRAM. So, I guess let's install a game. I can do that. I should be logged in. I don't know if it'll let me install something in 2 places. Good. Sign in. Alright, so we were able to get into Xbox Game Pass, but it has to install gaming services. So I think what we'll do is, because I don't know if they have like multiplayer, is I will install Forza Horizon 4. Yeah, we'll install Forza Horizon 4. And I don't want Spotify. I don't care about Spotify. Where is it? Okay. So we'll try to install this. Yeah, the C drive is what I want to play it off the SSD. I think we'd lose our mind if we were trying to play it off the other one. And so we'll be back when it's ready. See. Okay, so now we've got the computer ready and Forza finally installed. So we're gonna see if it even starts. But I do have this controller that it hasn't crashed yet. Pretty good sign. Oh, it's syncing my data. Great. Alright, so now the game is booted in, so oh boy, that is running slow. Oh yes. Muscle, okay. I'm glad I didn't try to install Horizon 5. That probably would have gone poorly. Alright. I have no clue what the difficulty is. But we're gonna find out here, okay. It's a 3-lap race. Oh. I think the frame rate's really struggling now. Does it not turn? Oh my. Alright. I'm gonna blame the frame rate for my poor driving. Probably the best I can do. Ooh. You know, it's not unlike I used to have a Surface Studio that had a GeForce 965. It's kind of like this. Technically playable, but at what cost? Okay. Well, there you have it. I can't say that I would recommend this, but if you wanted to ball on a budget, you could very technically play Forza Horizon on this 6-year-old laptop. That is, oh. I think it froze. So all in all, if you want to play Forza Horizon 4 for about 5 minutes, this is the machine to do it on. You can probably pick one up on eBay for like $10. So that's all I had. Thank you.